Coming to you live from the center of Hollywood, California. What were you thinking? With Aaron and Scott. Real talk behind closed doors. It's not just about stupidity, but everything else that comes with it. High octane, energy driven, in your face. Get ready. It's Aaron and Scott.
And it's another wacky night with my twin.
Yeah, here we are.
I just noticed we're wearing the same black shirt because we normally don't wear, the same shirt.
Here's a scoop, Aaron.
Yeah.
I've been wearing black shirts since this show started.
That's true.
You decided to wear one, suddenly we're twins.
Well, I need the bandana, I need the hat.
There you go. You did that one time. You wore a yellow one.
I did.
You look like an idiot.
I did look like an idiot.
You got to have a darker one.
I couldn't pull it off.
Darker one's biker, dude.
I couldn't pull it off.
The yellow, you look like something from a cartoon.
I got to grow like maybe 4 more inches.
Yep.
And
4.
I gotta put on another 40 pounds of muscle. Then I can maybe pull it off.
And Scott's he's in a new chair.
175.
You're going to need more than 40.
To be a biker?
No, to be me.
Oh, to be you.
That was cute, though.
You look like a biker.
I feel like a biker.
Yeah, well.
All I need is a bike.
That's right.
I've had a few accidents on bikes. I'm not going to do that anymore.
No.
So check this out.
Yeah.
How do I sound? I'm trying to figure
Beautiful.
out.
You sound good.
Like an angel.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Angelic.
Yeah. So I have this, a girlfriend of mine, her daughter just turned 21 over the weekend, right? Yeah. And they decided to have her 21st birthday at a bar in San Diego.
Okay.
So in the bar, you know how they have a men's room and a ladies' room?
Yeah.
And you know when they have those people that keep forcing cologne on you or gum or lollipops,
and you have
to tip them when you're in the bathroom?
Yeah.
They're pretty much annoying. You go in there, you want to do what you need to do, and you want to leave. You don't want somebody running up you,
hand you towels.
Use this
then
cloth.
You feel obligated. You got to tip them.
Here's a tampon. Here's a this. Here's a that. Whatever. Anyway, so in the men's room, there's a female in there handing out cologne.
Really?
Is this wrong? Is this wrong? Or is it just me? Okay, now we have the female newscasters that are going into the locker rooms with the football players and the baseball players now. You know that.
Interviewing them.
Yeah, they go in and they interview. And there was a big controversy about that. Now, where are the men newscasters going into the women's locker rooms?
That's true.
We don't have those.
Passing out tampons and perfume.
But whatever. I'm just curious. Why is that not allowed? That's not allowed. Clearly. They're not going to let men in female
because
locker
their
rooms.
intentions would be wrong. What? If a woman's intentions would be in there,
How they, like women aren't
does this
horny.
sound sexist?
It totally does.
That's right.
It does.
Yeah.
But let's go back to San Diego. So here's this girl, this woman, and she's in the men's room where men go to whip it out and use the urinals and whatever. So what happens if somebody says, hey, what do you think of this? Does she sue them? She could.
She could.
She could.
Yeah.
But men are not allowed in the ladies' rooms. That's what I don't get. I don't understand this. It's just wrong.
Maybe she's a lesbian.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe
she's still a woman.
Well, yeah.
A lesbian.
But lesbians don't like guys.
What if she's pretending to be a lesbian, but she's really horny for guys, and she just wants some quick looks? What if that?
Well, you have to... Well,
it's going to be Disneyland for her.
You ask her what she drives, because if she drives a Ford Ranger truck, more than likely she's a lesbian.
What if she's really sneaky and she says,
she
I'm going to drive a
Oshkosh
Ford
B'gosh.
Ranger truck, I'm going to wear flannel, and I'm going to call myself Betty. And I'm going to say it just like that. What's your name? Betty.
Betty.
I'm going to go in the men's room, and I'm not going to look at anything except the cologne I'm selling.
I just give I don't know. Kudos to anybody that can sit in a bathroom all day. And,
here's the thing. I just don't understand.
It's interesting. I've never heard of that.
I haven't.
And
either.
if I walked in, I saw a woman.
Now,
I don't know if I could go to the bathroom. I'd be pee shy.
This is the one thing
I'd
I
have
haven't.
to use the stall.
This is the one thing I haven't told you.
Okay.
It was a gay bar. Does that change anything in your mind? Time's up. Anyway, I got a little lull.
Well, that's what I was like. I mean,
I heard the tick tock, tick tock. It was a hard question. God, you think loud. Hold on.
No, I'm trying to gather this in my head.
Now, first of all, I'm trying to figure out why this girlfriend of mine decided to have her daughter's straight. Why she had her daughter's birthday party at a gay bar in San Diego. She said it's a fun club.
Well, there is a bar here that actually has both guys and girls using the same restroom.
That's different. That's different.
They walk in, they walk out.
That's different. Yeah. Everybody knows, okay, it's cool. Okay, you go in the men's room, you're not expecting to see a lady, period.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And if that's the case, then the women, what happens when they go into there? They might expect to see a guy. You know what it is? It's the thought behind it. It's people reading into what they think men are like and what they think women are like.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks women are horny. Everyone thinks men are horny. If there's a man in the bathroom and it's a female's bathroom, he's up to no good. He's got an overcoat. He's just waiting to whip it out. That's what it comes down to.
Well, he just can't wear an overcoat.
There's nothing wrong with a woman being in a men's room. She's not in there to look at anybody's business. She's in there to give cologne.
Sir, you're wearing a very long jacket.
Yeah, you have to get out. Ma'am, why are you wearing that long jacket? And you've got your... Okay, so anyway, I just thought it was really interesting. And we still don't have men newscasters in female locker rooms.
No, we don't.
Why is this?
I don't know.
Why are certain things just acceptable?
Because that's just the way it is.
That's bullshit. That's just like saying that's why we have gardeners blowing dirt on our cars.
I know.
It's just the way it is.
And bicyclists in traffic and slowing down, especially here in LA. Yeah, I know. I don't want to go on that issue with you.
You just did.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's new? Anything else?
Yeah, tomorrow's my cheat day. I'm gonna have a full pizza.
What do you mean cheat day?
Well, I have one cheat day a week because I eat really clean.
Why do you do that?
I just do. I eat.
Does it make a difference?
Yeah, I eat eggs and oatmeal all week.
You're fun.
And carrots and some nuts. You know me, I eat very clean. So tomorrow I'm really excited because I get to have my large stuffed crust pizza and
let me ask you something.
12-piece buffalo wing, yeah.
Okay, so let's just say you had 2 cheat days. Would you notice a difference?
Yes.
Have you done it?
I have.
You've had 2 cheat days.
Yeah, you can't do it.
And what happened?
I blow up.
You blow up from one day?
I put 10 pounds on.
You're out of your tree.
I'm serious.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
So one additional cheat
One
day.
additional cheat day.
And you're going from
that's right.
slim hello to
I'm
loose.
on TLC, my 600-pound life. Yep.
Oh, God. What happens in 3 days? 3 days you need to join Jenny Craig?
I'm in the hospital on an IV.
Oh, my God. I just don't think that the cheat day. I know people who do that.
Well, you know, I'm into my health and fitness. I had to laugh because driving over here, I don't know what it is. When guys are running on Santa Monica Boulevard, they got to have their shirts off. They got to run in loincloths and they got to strut their stuff. I just think it's the funniest thing. But
you saw a guy in a loincloth?
About 5 of them.
They were wearing loincloths.
Well, it was shorts, but it looked like just 5 Tarzan guys just running down.
With Swinging Willie, shaking around.
I wasn't looking at the Swinging Willie. I was just looking at...
I bet that girl from the bathroom in San Diego was.
Well, there was...
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, but what was so funny is that there's so much smog and exhaust kicking out from these cars. So these guys are breathing in exhaust in this bus.
Doesn't make any
pulls
sense.
off on the bus stop and they run through this huge diesel cloud.
Yeah.
As their, heart rates are, they're breathing stuff.
Yeah, you have a nice little run in Santa Monica Boulevard. It's like smoking half a pack of Winston's.
If you're in San Diego, you know what, you're fine. You're Santa Monica, but not here in Hollywood.
No. No.
Oh, I have
that was a cool Hold on. What happened?
I got Justin Bieber news for you. I know you've been asking about your buddy Justin Bieber.
What's got to do with Hold on. Newsflash. Bieber weenie. Right?
What?
You didn't get that?
What?
Okay, when he was arrested.
Yeah.
When he was drag racing with his old man out in Florida.
Yeah.
I guess the cops took his phone, I heard, and they got pictures off of it. I guess, who's Gomez?
I don't know.
Selena.
Yes, right.
Okay, well, he had been sending naked pictures to his Selena Gomez.
So their Bieber wieners sent to her. Okay.
They got out on the internet.
Of course they did. You know, it's the police. I'll tell you, that's so much corruption.
Isn't that child porn? Isn't he like 9 now or 10?
He's going in reverse, yes.
This is weird. Anyway.
Well, no, he's...
Bieber weenie. That just sounds so funny, doesn't it? Bieber weenie.
Well, remember he was living out in the Palisades, right?
Calabasas.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Yes,
See?
Calabasas.
Don't confuse our listeners.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Calabasas, he moved out. He's now living in Atlanta.
Really?
That's the only place he could live. And no one else would let him live anywhere.
So he had to go to Atlanta?
He couldn't even go back to Canada. Even the Canadians don't even want him. And in fact, when they had a kind of an award out there. It's kind of like the Grammys, but they call it the Juno Award. Anyway,
where is that? In Canada?
In Canada, yeah.
Juno.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's like Grammys here. Anyway, he won an award, and everybody booed. It's bad enough.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his own country booed him.
Why don't we boo him here yet?
We do.
We do?
Yeah.
We do? But there's like a bunch of little teenage girls who still think he's
That's
like,
why he's winning. It's the teenage girls.
Girls.
Everyone else is booing him.
Enjoy him while you can because this guy's going to burn it out.
But yeah, so he's living in Atlanta. So everybody else, all the other states kicked him out. That was it. It's the only place he could.
You know what? That guy's just uneventful to me. He's unexciting. He reminds me of
But he's got
Florence
$100 million.
Henderson. Doesn't matter. He'll go through it, by the way. It'll be gone. Seriously.
What's he going to spend $100 million on?
I don't know. What did Bobby Brown do with all his money? Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a lot of money. What's her name? What did anybody who had $100 million and
Mike
now
Tyson?
has none?
Remember that?
What
MC
did
Hammer?
any of them? Mike Tyson's different. That guy with all the hair fucked him over.
Well, it's true.
Remember that guy?
That's true.
What was with that guy? Seriously, that guy looked like that.
Don James?
No, Don.
Anyway,
looked like he was shocked on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He'd look in that mirror. He'd go, not quite there. You know, the elf goes there. What was his name? What was his name? Anyway, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So, well, what happens to anybody's money who has $100 million and then all of a sudden doesn't? It's just like these people are not financial whizzes. They make it and then boom, it's gone.
That's true.
So that's just too bad for them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this next story actually kind of reminded me of you. With you, moving back and living with your mother.
How the hell is that reminding me? That reminds you of me?
Well, this next story, because you moved back and you're living with your mother now, right?
What is wrong with this person next to
John
me?
wasn't.
No.
I thought you moved back in with your mom.
You're playing games. What a character. It's not my aunt. I mean, it's not my mom.
All right.
It's my aunt.
Oh, your aunt.
I'm teasing.
You moved back here with your aunt.
Let's just clear it up.
No.
I haven't moved back with any family or relatives. Anyway.
All right.
I'm sure he's leading up to a real joke.
Scott lives by himself.
Yeah. Here we go. Nice
in the
drum
dark.
roll.
He lives in a cave. Lonely. No, there's a guy named Craig. Okay, if I can pronounce this, Schlichtenmeier. It sounds like I don't know, something like Hitler.
Sounds German.
It does, right?
German.
Anyway, he was fed up with his teenage daughter, 17. Her name was Haley. She wouldn't clean her room.
Yeah.
So he got tired of it, and he put all her furniture in the driveway, staged everything the way it is in her bedroom, and set it up in the driveway. And he basically put a plywood sign out there and just that said, it read, Haley's room, move to the driveway, clean it up next time.
Was it raining?
It wasn't, but
I hope not.
This was in Georgia.
Could be too bad for Haley. Can you imagine that,
He
John?
sent a text.
Her little dollies.
Now
wet.
he sent a text to her. So when she was coming off on the bus,
How embarrassing.
right?
Yeah.
In front of the house,
All the kids will see.
lo and behold, there's Haley stuff sitting in the driveway. Yeah. But I guess her and her dad had a nice little talk, and she moved everything back in.
I'm so happy for this.
But this
There's more?
parents got some ideas.
Hold on, there's
from this
more.
story. No, I'm just saying parents that the story.
So they got ideas.
Yes.
So everybody's got a full driveway now.
Everybody has a full driveway.
From here to Indiana.
That's right. And if anybody parents in Seattle, where I'm from, it rains on a daily basis.
You're going to have some wet furniture. Anyhow. We'll send our best to Haley.
Yeah. So we heard about Jay Leno stepping down.
Stepping down.
Well, he's
he
gone.
didn't step down. They threw him out.
Well, and they threw him. They fired him.
Yeah.
He's done. He got old.
It's not that he got
Well,
old. Johnny Carson was older
Yeah,
than
I
he
know.
was.
But David Letterman just announced he's retiring.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now, David Letterman is absolutely my favorite.
Yeah.
Seriously.
2015.
Wow.
So he'll finish up this year.
Damn.
Going 2015.
The only thing
I know.
wrong with this is that's just one more great person in entertainment who's going to be replaced by some pain in the ass new upcomer.
I know.
Who's going to have different energy, ruin the show.
Yep.
Oh, great.
But
What next?
the
you have anything exciting?
Well, the good news is that actually we're going to replace them. I'm thinking
Well,
we should. I think we should
good.
do that. I think we should do the.
We're going to go replace David Letterman.
We're going to do the What Were You Thinking hour with Aaron and Scott.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Compliments of David Letterman.
Yeah. We'll get Justin Bieber on the show. You can ask him all the questions you want about his mishaps and
About his what, Aaron? About his what?
about his mishaps.
But talk about his wiener because the pictures are all over the internet.
If you want to ask him about his Bieber
I
wiener?
don't want to ask him about his Bieber wiener. Oh, my God.
What are you thinking, kid?
I'm really depressed, though. David Letterman's a really great guy.
I know. I was shocked.
Actually, Joan Rivers, did you hear about... Okay, let's go back to Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Did you hear Joan Rivers' comment was about that whole thing. I heard she flipped him off. She flipped him off on
Wait.
camera. Heard he was leaving. I heard that Joan Rivers was basically...
To David Letterman.
No.
Oh, Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
Right.
Because you know why that.
Yes.
That goes back to the early
Way
80s.
back,
When
absolutely.
Johnny Carson was leaving and Joan Rivers,
Yep.
and they had a big out, and yeah.
And she came back, but she went on Jimmy Fallon, and
I would love to have Joan Rivers. Joan
I'm
Rivers.
sorry, man.
What are you doing?
No, my phone is blowing up.
Why don't you fucking turn that off? You're on the damn air. What
I
the
know I
hell's
am.
wrong with
Well,
you?
because it was going off like a vibrator.
Jesus.
In my
You know what it's
pocket.
going to do? It's going to go...
I thought it was an SOS. Seriously, my phone's never vibrated of that magnitude.
Anyway, I have to clean up my mouth.
Yeah, you have a potty mouth tonight.
Sorry.
You usually do.
No, I'm sorry.
Because people ask, what's the whole Aaron and Scott? I'm like, well, if there's a Jesus and the devil on the show, I guess Scott's the devil and I'm Jesus.
Oh, isn't that nice coming from the devil himself? Isn't that nice coming from the devil himself?
Well, you wear black all the time.
And
you
well,
hate light. John, doesn't he hate light?
I don't like
He would
light.
want it so pitch black just that devil lives in darkness.
I'd love
You're
to
wearing
just
all-
go back to good old-fashioned radio
You know what?
where it was
We're
just
just
your
gonna-
voice.
I think you're a distant relative of Batman.
We're
Whatever.
just going to paint your face red.
No,
and give
check
you-
it out.
You know what? No.
If this was just normal radio where we're not on film, we could be in the dark wearing
Yeah.
robes,
Yeah.
smoking cigars.
That's true.
Exactly.
Well, we'll just paint your face red and we'll put a pitchfork in your hand.
Or just dressed from the top up.
I'm not. Oh. Our horny sound engineer. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out.
Check what out.
You're not so angelic.
What are you
yourself.
talking about?
Well, you're making
am.
it sound like I'm the devil and you're like, I don't know.
We have a potty mouth. The devil has a potty mouth.
I might be a dirty angel for all you know. Hanging out in
A
bathrooms.
dirty angel, man.
Fallen
Okay,
angel.
A naughty angel.
A fallen, dirty angel.
Okay, listen, this
Yeah.
is getting far too far for me.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't know what that means, but anyway.
Where are we going with this?
What's the next news story? Tell me what's on. What's going on?
Well, this is kind of a sad story.
I don't want
But
a
this
sad
is kind
story,
of a
Aaron.
it's a what were you thinking moment because you remember that story.
Just tell me the last part, and I'll tell you if I want to hear the whole thing.
No, you're going to hear it. Back in 2011 at Ranger Stadium, there was a father that fell to his death. You remember he was trying to
Yes.
trying to catch a ball
Yes.
for his 8-year-old son, and faceplant went out. Well, they did
What's
it
faceplant?
faceplant to the cement down below when he fell over.
Oh,
catching
you're
this.
talking about him.
When he died.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what they did is the ballpark they put a kind of a statue of him and
Memorial.
for him.
Yeah, all right.
So they revealed in 2012, and now on opening season, people were throwing beer cans and trash
At the statue?
At the statue.
Why?
Just because.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Absolutely. Can you believe that?
Do
you have
you
this
have to-
statue of this father who died, and you're building up beer cans and
How do they know
trash.
this? They took
They
pictures?
took a picture of it. Yeah.
Well, so, okay, let me get this straight. So, for you to get your statue at a ball field, you got to die there.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
But then people are just going to throw trash and peanut wrappers and whatnot and gum and stick it on you.
Was there trash everywhere, or was
It was just it was all around it.
Was there a trash can next to
Yeah.
it? Maybe they were missing the trash can and they hit the statue.
Everybody was missing the trash can and placed the beer cans on this next to his father and son.
You mean
Yeah.
that it's a picture? It's a statue of
It's
his
a
little boy
statue
too.
of him, yeah.
Of him or his little boy
both.
too?
Holding his hand.
So what you're saying it was purposely done?
Yes.
Why did people do that?
Because they're idiots.
But wait, maybe there's more to this story that I don't know.
No, that's
was
it.
this guy like an axe murderer who just one day went and died at the ballpark?
No.
Okay, so he was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
How do you know? You weren't there. You don't know him. There you go. Here's your phone.
Yeah, my phone.
See, Mom's calling. What time you coming home for dinner? And I'm the one living with Mom.
No, that's my sister.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do we really need
no,
to,
no.
Do we really need to do this?
She says, well, she has a potty mouth too. She was just, talking about me because I was just saying you have a potty mouth. She does kind of have a potty mouth.
Good. Then I probably get along with her great.
Some technical difficulty, but she's throwing a fit. I don't know
This
what
is
she's
great.
talking about.
I love technology.
Sis, I have
I'm
no
going to
idea.
talk to the people who are listening to me right now. How is everyone? Aaron's on his
My
phone.
sis really doesn't have a potty mouth, does
Playing
she?
with his
a
phone.
little bit.
This
It's
is
not
just-
bad.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What else is new?
That's it.
The phone.
Yeah. We have a great guest on tonight.
We have two.
We have two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us. What?
What?
What are you doing?
Just messing with you.
Well, it's working.
Because you were going to say something.
What I was going to ask was,
Yeah.
is there a happy news story? I'm going to go right back to our guests, but I want to get.
No, I think the Justin Bieber was probably the happiest one.
It's not happy. It's annoying. It aggravates the shit out of me every time.
That's the news.
So this is it. I get Justin Bieber.
You get
He's only allowed in Atlanta. And then some guy who died at a ballpark and is catching a ball for his son. They put up a statue, and everybody.
And a father who put his daughter's teenage furniture on the driveway.
That's boring.
And
by the way.
and David Letterman's retiring.
Oh shit!
I know.
You know, you gave me nothing but shitty news tonight. Seriously,
It's reality, buddy. I'm sorry. I know
David Letterman.
I know you want nothing but goods, but
I can't be alone on this one, people. David Letterman is awesome.
He is.
He's the last of the big greats. We're not going to get a replacement.
When great people start going away,
can you pause him? We are not going to get a replacement that's going to come anywhere near to the talent.
We'll be dead by the time that
You're
happens.
on pause. To the talent of David Letterman. Okay, you can unpause it. Anything important?
No, we'll be dead when that happens.
That's all I need. A pause and a rewind. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we're gonna give Scott another cup of coffee because he's just not talking
fast
enough.
I had something today.
Yeah,
it wasn't coffee.
You had a frappuccino. You had something chilly.
Yeah, it was chilly and it was delightful. It was seriously.
All right.
It was.
On that note, let's take a break. When we come back,
Hold on. Introduce our guests. Talk about them for a minute. Come on. What's wrong with you?
You want to do it now?
No, Aaron. Let's do it Tuesday. Yeah. Tell us what's going on. Let's hear.
Well, our next guest, he's a song artist. He used to play in a rock band. You know, I used to play in a rock band too. And
it
then,
always comes down to him.
Well,
it's
no,
always about him. We got somebody coming on the show.
No,
suddenly he's talking about his afternoon at Disneyland.
This is what's cool. I actually can relate to this guy.
All right.
But no, he's from South Africa, but I'm not from South Africa. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Again, it's back to him. You see that? Isn't it wonderful? We have a guest coming on, and suddenly tell us about high school, Aaron. For you, not about our guest.
No, I'm telling you, I'm relating to this guy because he played in a rock band, played in a band
like you.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm there with you. I'm there.
And and so then he went solo.
Did you go solo?
I went solo too.
He did.
Yeah.
Go on.
And but anyway, I don't know. I kind of want to bring him in because I want to go into this.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't want to just start talking about him
and
with him not in the room.
Somebody also.
Yes, he is with an amazing woman, power woman, here in Hollywood. Her name is Trudy Reynolds. And actually, our guest, our song artist, Aubrey Van Stratton, is going to be coming in. So,
now, what I recall, he was the band he was in was, what was it called?
The Lemmings.
The Lemmings.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
Not the Lemons.
I know that. I know. The Lemons.
Lemmings.
The Lemmings.
Yes.
Exactly.
But I want to find everything about this guy.
Yeah, we're going to bring him in.
We're going to bring him in.
And then we're going to say hello, and we're going to go from there. Can you explain what this is?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we come back.
Okay, we have a lot to cover when we get back.
All right.
Okay.
John?
Yes, John.
It's Aaron and Scott. What were you thinking? Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. What if you heard something but did nothing? What if the music you love was gone forever?
Check this out.
A truly intense and tightly wound app, optimized with stunning retina graphics and crystal clear electronic audio. DJ Dubstep Kit. Built specifically for dubstep enthusiasts and DJs everywhere. 5 stars rave DJs around the world. Create your own dubstep music for commercial use today. Visit dubstepkit.com. Mansion Fitness, the only place where you need to train. We've selected only the best fitness trainers to ensure you reach your personal fitness goals quickly and safely. This is the real deal in personal training, not some random trainer giving you a haphazard workout on the fly. We feel strongly about what we do and we wouldn't put our brand on anything less. Visit us at mansionfitness.com and create a new you today. That's mansionfitness.com. No membership required. From the darkness below, an intense and thrilling game by the creators of Appcode Source, bringing the ultimate Gangnam game directly to your devices. Gangnam Speedrunner, now available on your app store. Get ready to run. This app is rated G for Gangnam. Visit GangnamSpeedrunner.com.
Work it.
And back to me. What were you saying about me, Scott?
It's not about you.
Just
We were talking about the light.
We were talking about the light.
It's so bright.
And how you hate Light.
I'm apparently not alone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome our guest as I turn my attention and turn away from Scott.
That's nice.
I
It's
look
okay.
at him all the time. You do mind if I turn my back to you?
Aaron, turn around. There you go.
Welcome, Trudy Reynolds, Aubrey Van Straten.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How are
Thank you
you?
so much for coming on.
We love it.
Oh, we do. So I think what I want to do is now, Trudy, you have been in the music industry for many, many years.
Yes. We won't say how many.
We won't say how many, but we'll just say that makes you an expert. And you've worked with several song artists in the past.
Oh, yes.
Managing,
Yes.
finding artists.
Yes.
So
all of those things.
All of
yeah.
those things. And are there some certain artists that you can say that you've worked with that kind of...
You know what? I'm really here just talking about this amazing artist here.
Right.
So I'd like to keep it to that. But I've worked with a lot of people in the industry that
Okay.
everyone knows. So
Because what I want to say is your credibility it's huge here in this town, and for
Thank
you to
you.
be able to find Aubrey and bring him on says a lot about you and
Right.
and who you are as a person and what you've built
Right.
over the years.
Right.
So to be able to bring in this amazing individual, and I've heard your CD, and actually we've got a couple songs, and we'll kind of play
great.
through the show just to kind of have our listeners be able to kind of get an
Yeah,
idea
sure.
of what Aubrey has done. And so, Aubrey, what's kind of turning attention on you for a second? So we'll put the spotlight on you. And now you are from South Africa,
Right.
Cape Town.
Cape Town.
And how long have you been here in the U.S.?
I think it's been just on 5 years now.
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Okay. So, and what's interesting is that growing up there, both of your parents were authors.
Authors, yeah. Dad was a playwright and mum writes children's books.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did
So we'd go to sleep. I remember as a little kid going to sleep and you hear these twin typewriters in different parts of the house. You know, the old mechanical guys, you know.
right.
So I have
And what
memories
kind
that.
of writing materials were they writing about? I mean, what authors of what
Well,
kind of work?
My dad was a playwright, so he wrote, and he was a really funny guy.
Okay.
So he wrote, I mean, this stuff was, I suppose, like dark comedy in a sense. And
Okay.
he would make fun of, in Africa, you have these, I mean, well, we have 11 official languages,
Wow.
most of them being black languages, and then you have English. If you're white, you speak English or Afrikaans. And historically, you know, they never got along. So we were a hybrid because mum's side of the family was English and dad's was Afrikaans.
Okay.
So we were these little mixtures, you know. So dad would write about plays that kind of made fun of this language issue and the you know, this kind of cultural difference.
And how were you inspired by music? At what age did music become important in your life?
Since I was
Knee
about
high.
that big, yeah. I would get home, you know.
That's like less than 2. That's a little one.
yeah.
Scott, when you were born, that's about how tall you were. So
No, as a little kid, you know, I don't know what caused it. You know, I'd get home from school and just glue myself to the radio.
yeah.
And I remember one day coming back from school, and I put on the radio, and I heard the Birds. Play Tambourine Man.
Yes.
With those 12-string Rickenbackers, and I was like, whoa.
You know what I was just saying about you? I was listening to your music, and I said to him, you sound like an old soul when I listen to your music. You sound like a young guy, but you sound like your inner self, your spirit. You sound like an old soul. Like
That's very
yeah.
true. His
And
music
like
takes you somewhere.
Yep, and
It really
Absolutely.
does.
Like you've been
there's
around
a
for
feel.
a long time.
There's a feel. I love music. I've got a vinyl collection. I should open a store.
You should.
But what I was going to say was there's a feel to your music that sounds very late 60s to me. Your voice, your feel, and it's awesome. It's really awesome.
That's probably because the first stuff I really got into was just the songwriting of, you know, I listened to a lot of Simon & Garfunkel, Dylan, and
Yeah.
those songs are crazy songs, man. You
They're
know,
great.
They
See, I picked it up. I picked up on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
no, it's
awesome.
totally true. Yeah.
No, I'm like so impressed with you. This is very cool. Who are some of your favorites? Just curious.
Well, the early guys with, you know, Dylan, Garfunkel,
Yeah.
you know, Paul Simon. I mean, there were many of those dudes. But then, I went through the 80s thing, loved all the big rock bands and the hair thing. I loved Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Sting.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when I started, anytime I'd sit down to write, I'd get all this this metaphysical, deep stuff, and it was all poetic. And like, what's the matter with me, man? I mean, come on, I got long hair and stuff. I should be one of these rocker dudes,
Right.
So I'm a bit of a chameleon because I like all that stuff. But from a writing point of view, I always figured you wanted to get through as many layers as you can into what makes everything tick,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you played in a band, the Lemmings.
Yeah.
And what was the time period that you were in this band?
We were together about 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a long time.
Starting when?
15 years.
Well,
It's 15 years.
about right here.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it ended when I, stayed here.
That's why it ended.
Yeah.
So you decided you're going to go on your way.
And they all went home.
They all went home.
Yeah.
Now, you guys toured all through Europe, Scandinavia, actually here in the U.S.
Yeah.
You performed over 1,000 concerts. I think you guys even put out, 4 albums, 4
Yeah.
CDs?
Yeah.
So you guys were together for a long time. Did the whole band come over here to the U.S.?
Yeah.
And then but you stayed and they went home?
Why did they leave?
Well, it was the end of the tour and we were all supposed to fly out back home.
Yeah.
And I just had this feeling to go back to LA.
And
I
just
was
stay.
sitting in a,
And
sitting in
thank
a,
God he
you know,
did, because now we get to enjoy this.
I was sitting in a coffee shop in Los Feliz,
Yeah.
going, "Universes better be good." And then one Saturday morning, my cell phone rings, and this girl on the other end. I'm like, So we met and got married.
Really?
Interesting.
And she had walked into a doctor's waiting room and found my album lying on an open chair,
Yeah.
and for some reason decided to go home and listen to it, and then decided after listening to it for a couple of weeks to track me down. And I happened to be in LA.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Yeah.
See, the universe will do
And
weird
have to be
things,
sitting.
man.
But I think, and one thing I was telling Scott earlier is that I can relate to you because I've been here in LA for 7 years, and I was from Seattle. And there was one day I bought a house out there, and literally one day I had this feeling, I'm going to move to LA, just like that.
Yeah.
I literally packed up my car
Yeah.
with garbage bags and threw all my clothes in, and I told my mom, I said, I'm heading to LA.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I said, don't worry, I have friends. I didn't know anybody out here. I lied. I just lied because I would have
Here
scared.
goes the cell phone.
I would have. Here goes my cell phone. I would have scared her because LA's kind of a big, scary place, and if you don't know anybody, and
Yeah.
but I had this feeling that I had to be out here, that I was
Right.
destined to do something out here.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what at the same time. And so when remember, so just hearing this, that's exactly. I can relate to that. It's like following your heart, following that instinct.
Yeah, and I think that's LA is such a specific place. I don't think there's anything like LA in the
You
world.
got
No,
that
there
right.
isn't. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like a right. I'll show you
How
one
did
example.
how did you first come together? The very first time.
Oh, actually, I work with another band that I really enjoy, and I actually went to see them, and it just turned out it was very crowded, and there was an empty seat next to me, and he said, "Is this seat taken?" And then we just started to talk.
Wow.
And so many people ask me all the time, or tell me I'm in music and I want to be somebody.
Right. Here's my
because
CD,
I'm
listen
in the
to it.
Yeah,
Right,
please.
right, yes.
Here's my CD. Would you like it? Of course. And then I listen, and then and I'm telling you, I put that CD in my car on the way home,
Yeah.
and it's still there.
See, this is the
I
reason.
love his music.
This is the reason, because your history in the music business. That's why I was curious who you had dealt with in the past, because people listening, coming from your background, your interest in him, people are going, wow, wait a minute.
Well, almost every human being, or I can say every human being that I've played his music for,
Yeah.
have the same reaction. They say, I'm a fan, and then they say, I'm a huge fan
Yeah.
Yeah.
of this.
There's one thing when you're singing a song, but it's to be able to carry the emotion through the song and be able to relate to a listener for the first time and to be able to relate. And I think listening to your songs, you're able to do that. And that's just, a God-given talent and a gift to be able to do that, to be able to portray your feelings and express it out to where when people are listening, they can that radiancy of that aura that you put out in your words is able to absorb and people take that in.
I put the CD in. I can be as stressed as you can imagine because I have kind of a stressful life with all that's going on. And I put that on and I just go somewhere. It's like, I don't even remember. I remember the day that it was just pouring rain a few days ago. And I'd just come from a funeral. And it was very stressful. And I put that in and I drove a long distance to my office and I don't even remember driving there. It just was so pleasant.
You put her in a trance, Aubrey.
Yeah, I'm probably getting into trouble for that. Sorry, Your Honor, officer.
Driving on
I wasn't driving.
It's like don't text and drive, and you can't listen to your CD because Aubrey's going to take you on a journey when you listen to his music. Actually, John, can we put one of his songs on? Maybe the first one.
Play it under. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll just we can kind of.
And we'll all just.
Folks, if you're driving right now, pull over on the side of the road.
We will zone.
Living in LA, living in the city.
Love that.
And everything's dreamy. The girls are pretty.
See, I'm already getting chills.
And everybody's talking about making movies. Marilyn's gone now, and so is James Dean. Smiling faces everywhere.
It's effortless.
Yeah.
It's just effortless.
On the Santa Monica Pier. And how I wish you'd hear. Walking down the boulevards. And how I wish you'd hear.
Very cool.
The road you led her.
John, let's turn this down just a little bit. Tell us about this song here. What is this song titled?
Living in LA.
Living in LA.
Yeah.
And what inspired this song?
The surreality of living in LA. It's a very surreal place to be from where I come from.
Yeah.
In a street cafe.
And it's all,
She just smiles.
Hollywood and people making movies. And you're a long way from home. It's kind of weird.
It's interesting because me and Scott were listening to some of your songs when you were in the band The Lemmings. And the music's a little different when you went solo. And I could see the difference of what the music was in The Lemmings and then what the music was, as a solo artist. Tell us about, the transition of... of that between the band and then you kind of going into your own genre, into your own mind, or your own world.
Well, I wrote all the Lemming stuff.
Okay.
So it was just a kind of a continuation, but without a band.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of felt a little bit sort of naked and exposed for a bit, Suddenly I'm, sitting there by myself on a bar stool in a...
Right. Did you feel more expressive going into a solo world by yourself as opposed with a band? Did it put you in a different mindset when because it's just you, as an artist?
Yeah, it's kind of scary actually.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And the nature of that kind of music is there's nowhere to hide, man.
Right.
It's
Is there a security being with a couple other guys
Totally.
and then suddenly it's you?
Yeah.
We're ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Show
you're
us
leaning on each other, and
Yeah, and you've been together many years, and you know the drill.
Right.
Do you still talk with them?
Yeah, but one lives in Canada, one lives in, the other guy's in Africa, and
Do they miss being the group?
I don't know. I guess we all do, but they all do different things.
Are they singing now as well? Did they move on to their own groups?
They've always done different things. The keyboard player was into movies and things, making movies and whatever.
Gotcha.
And the other guy has a studio in Africa, so they all do various things. I was the only sort of full time.
Yeah.
So what the album that you have now? What is that? What is it titled?
Wind Chimes and Butterflies just came out.
Okay.
What is it?
Wind Chimes and Butterflies, which is a sort
Wind
of a
Chimes and
California
Butterflies.
thing, you know.
Yeah, totally.
I like that.
Wind
And-
chimes and butterflies. Doesn't it even remind you of the late '60s? It's
Totally right.
does.
Yeah,
it
I haven't
does.
moved. I haven't moved an inch since like '60.
I love it.
I was only born in '70 though, but you know.
I
Really,
love that though.
We really don't want you to move
He
anywhere.
he could tell you. I
Yeah.
love that. That's amazing. That's very, very cool. Are you going on concert solo, or is there a concert?
Right now, he's going into the studio to do
Okay.
two more albums.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
that's his plan at this moment.
Now,
And
where can
I
peop-
can't wait to
Oh.
have them in my possession.
Absolutely. Where can people find your music? Where can they buy it?
Amazon. Well, if you go to my website,
Okay.
all the abrivanstraten.com.
AubreyVanStratton.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
.com, yeah. That's probably the best place to find everything.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
You're very mellow.
And
on
I just
iTunes.
want to say
totally.
too that he's very supportive of our cause, and he'll be
Yes.
performing
Yes.
at different events that we put on.
That's
So
what I
I'm
wanted to
excited.
talk about. Very important.
Well, and I do want to talk about this too. This in tune with music.
Right.
And so, Trudy, tell our listeners kind of basically what this is. But I'll hold this up here, and it's
Yeah.
it's a
Can you get
button.
that on, John?
Yeah.
Well, since I've been in the music business for so many years, I'm in tune with what's going on
Right.
with the music. And I see very talented artists who were able to continue making music, but they can't now because everybody steals music, so there's no funds.
Right.
On the
There's
internet, just so
there's
we're
no
clear.
money.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're not-
everywhere.
yeah.
They just get it from their friends, download it, whatever, and they don't really think anything about it.
No, they don't.
And this is really awful for talented individuals and even major artists. You know, they just can't make it because there is no money. There's no money coming in to go back in the studio and pay to do this
So
again.
even in the big time artists right now that's touring, they're suffering right now.
Exactly.
Wow.
I work with some songwriters and people like that possibly they were making like on songs they'd written maybe a couple of years back ago,
Right.
like $78,000. This year they're making $4,100. And it may seem like a big number, but that's their life. That's what they live on. That's
Right.
how they make their money.
Yeah.
So we started the movement, and basically our movement is to educate people about what's happening to the music industry and the cancer that's in it, because there is no money, because people aren't paying their 99 cents to download.
Right.
And all our movement is saying, if you like an artist, pay for their music.
Yeah.
Wear our button.
Yeah.
Wear it with pride and say, hey, we really enjoy your music and we're willing to support you to keep making the music. And I know people say, oh, well, they have a record deal, they have big money coming in. That's not true. The record label pays you by the amount of songs you sell as well. So
Right.
it all is down to what you do.
Because I think an individual would say, well, I just downloaded one song, but you got 100,000 or a million people that are doing that.
Exactly.
That's a lot of money.
The truth is, people aren't just downloading one song either.
Well, no, but
they're
I'm just-
downloading everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
For free.
But they think I'm not causing a problem. It's just because they only isolate themselves. But you got a million people that are doing that, and yeah,
Right.
you're gonna.
It's no different than walking into a supermarket or whatever and walking out with a chocolate cake or something. And,
Right.
You didn't pay for it.
Right.
It's stealing.
Absolutely.
And people, I think they just don't get it. And there's a real cancer in the industry. And so we've started this movement, which we have so many artists are behind us, obviously, because they don't know what to do. And it's to educate people what's happening. And we're also trying to launch our show that shows exactly what's involved in making music.
So what could happen if this continues to go in the route that it's going?
We're going to have a lot of old music to listen to.
We'll have old music, but the fresh, new, wonderful people, they say, oh, this person's on American Idol or this show or that,
Right.
and The Voice, and they make all this money. But that's one person. And the thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of talented people out there, they have to go deliver pizza because they can't make it in this business. And it's very sad. It's really sad. The talent that I know of personally, that I see that they try and they just can't make it. So Intune, join us.
Do you think that
is our,
IntuneJoinUs.com. So if they go to the website, basically just
right. We just want to
gives a little 411 information on.
Right, and we're going to make a show that shows people and educates people on exactly what it costs to make a song.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Has anybody contacted anybody on the internet or in these big places maybe to find out what can be done to stop this at the main source?
They've tried all different sorts of things, out there. But, people, if they want to steal, they can steal. I don't care how you stop them. How you try to stop them, you can't.
It's almost like you were saying, going in and stealing a piece of cake at a store.
Right.
It's almost like, look, the store's open. We don't have doors or a lock, and no one's in there to monitor. Please don't steal.
But it has to be within. It
I
has
understand.
to come within.
Oh, I get it.
So everything in the universe has music related to it. Can you imagine going to a movie with no music?
No.
Can you imagine
I love music.
Your wedding without a music? Your funeral has music. Your life is full of music.
Right.
So what can you do? Without music,
Exactly.
it's a big hole in your life. And all we are trying to say is
There'll be a lot of
it's
depression out
99
there.
cents for that song.
Yeah.
And it allows someone like Aubrey to continue to make music that will.
But music is also, it's healing. It's a healing power that is able to uplift. Because, society can be pretty down and depressing.
There's a misconception, too, with people. They think when people go on tour, let's just take, for instance, huge, Cher, Madonna, Rolling Stones, whatever. They are making a fortune on their tours.
Absolutely not.
And
because
explain that.
Groups that I won't mention
Right.
have bought up all the facilities or they are controlling them, let's say, and they give, here, you do your tour here, like it or leave it, 10%. Doesn't even cover your tour costs anymore.
Wow.
So unless you sell a lot of merchandise, you make nothing.
Wow.
And merchandise, you mean shirts, balloons, hats.
CDs, things like that. But nobody wants to buy the CD because guess why?
They can go and get it free.
Yeah.
Right.
So we should chat with Aubrey about this.
No. We're just, it basically has to do with him.
No, I mean,
I'm just getting
we should
kind
chat
of
with.
depressed over here. Man.
He's getting
What do you-
depressed. No, I mean, we should have his opinion as an artist.
What is your opinion on this?
A man of many words.
It hurts.
It hurts.
No, it's annoying as hell. How do you like getting ripped off?
It hurts.
How are you going to answer that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what do you say?
What
I
you
don't know
say
what
is
to say to that.
Speechless.
people,
I'm
people
speechless.
pay.
Yeah.
Pay.
But this is what you say. Please, if you enjoy someone's music
Buy
and
it.
you can't wait to go to a concert and buy a ticket, know that ticket, the money is not going to the artist.
Right.
It's going in some promoter's pocket, some other group of people, and you really need to pay your 99 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you need to pay and join our cause.
And
Intune.
Aubrey's a very talented, gifted artist.
We have
and,
2 minutes left. I want to ask, is there anything that you would like to say, or you, about anything to the listeners?
Anything coming up? Any new music or anything that you can inform our listeners what to expect?
2 CDs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get in the studio and do something nice.
He's doing something different.
Oh.
I don't know if he
Oh,
wants
really?
to mention that.
And the website, one more time.
AbriVanStratton.com.
And Aubrey is ABRI.
RIVAN, like Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
STRATEN.
Beautiful.
.com.
Yeah.
But thanks very much
And
for having us,
Intune.
guys.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure
thank
to
you.
meet you both.
Folks,
Thank
go to his
you.
website,
Thanks for
buy
having
his CD.
us, and thanks for caring.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
No,
People, seriously, you got to just pay for the music.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're not going to have music to listen to.
That's right.
Thank you.
Otherwise, we'll have Scott. We'll have to be singing, and you don't want to hear that.
You're an idiot.
Thanks so much, Trudy. Thanks,
Thank
Aubrey,
you.
for coming.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, guys.
having
Thanks
us,
so
guys.
much. Awesome.
We really
Yeah.
enjoy you.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
All right, guys. Until next week, we'll see you.
Bye bye.